That's right, Michelle. Very dangerous conditions for firefighters out on the front lines. That wind, those winds also putting so much of that ash, and dirt and debris up into the air.
Hey guys, so back again. Today I wanted to talk about these fires that happened in California into 2017. So I guess the fires caught my eye at the time because it didn't seem to be a sensible explanation as to what caused these things. And as usual is the case with this type of thing, the narrative that they're feeding us through the mainstream, it doesn't make any sense at all. And so cut to 2019. Doing some research for another project, and I come across a trove of information on white phosphorus, and got me thinking back to that fire and all the footage I'd seen afterwards with the melted toilet bowls, melted wheels, molten safes. Like, this is not normal for a forest fire, and that was one of the things that got my attention to the thing to begin with. Isn't any bushfire burning a goddamn safe? That's not going to happen. You need thousands of degrees. The thousands of degrees that are provided by phosphorus burning at 5,000 degrees Celsius. And it all sort of fell into place. I remember I was watching on Weather Wars 101, which you're looking at some clips from right now, looking at the satellite footage from the event, and you can clearly see they've got the satellite rolling and showing the image before the fire began, and then there's some light cloud in the area, and then the clouds part somehow by something, and then woof, it's on fire. So that sort of sat with me for a while, and then as I said, I came across all this information about the white phosphorus, and not just its effect, but I saw quite a few images at the time about what this looks like in the air. And, well, sure enough, the phosphorus bombs, they blow up in the air and they release this molten white phosphorus, which is pyrolytic. I'm not sure the actual term, but basically it catches on fire with contact to the air and it does not go out. So you put this thing out, the fire out, as soon as you take away whatever's cutting off the oxygen to this thing, bang, it's back on. So you might put the fire out and hose it out or douse it out with water. As soon as that water's gone, the thing just spontaneously gets back on fire. And so it's obviously notoriously hard to control. And one of the main signs that there's been a phosphorus attack is this white ash everywhere. I remember seeing this super bright white ash around all those properties that they were pointing out at the time that had been engulfed with the fire, that had molten toilets, the steel molten on the wheels of the car streaming away like it's in a foundry, and they got a molten ceramic toilet bowl, or what's left of it, or power tools that have just been liquefied and left there on the ground. So look, that's what I think happened. So I don't have any physical proof in my possession of that, but I'm not a fool, and we see what we see, don't we? And well, then you got a couple of options, don't you? You can believe the lie that they're feeding you, or you can remain uninformed, or you can, like I did, do the research and find out, what is it, what happened, why is that the case? And I think that applies to so many things, whether it's the shape of the earth, or your beliefs. Are your beliefs yours, or are you parroting what you've been conditioned to believe? A lot of people say, I'm a free thinker and all this, but I don't know that they're actually thinking, because a lot of times you're talking to someone like that and you can tell right away, it's just you're getting an ideology. You're not talking to the person, you're talking to their ideology. And you can tell pretty quickly if you're talking to someone like that, because they're going to say something that you've heard 1,000 times before from everyone else that's parroting that same narrative. And I don't know what it is that traps them in those thought patterns, but that's another prison. That's another layer of the prison. So put this little video together just to sort of show you what my thoughts are about this thing, and yeah, let's roll on with it. And the image we just saw with the burst in the clouds and then the phosphorus rain down, that's what I'm talking about on the satellite image. You see the clouds part, and then it's like a cloud comes through in the opposite direction of the wind, or 2 or 3 of them in one example, this oddly shaped cloud comes through the wrong way against the wind flow, and then poof, flame on underneath. So I'm just wondering, is this what happened in Thomas, Southern Cal? Here we go with Weather Wars 101's stuff. He's got some. Actually, we don't know. I don't know where he is. I tried dropping him a line on his channel the other day. It's been years since he's posted. So I wonder. I hope he's okay. I wonder if he is, or she. I guess I don't know if it's a man or a woman. And yes, it's a man or a woman. That's all there is. Men and women, and confused people. So here you can see the satellites. Just keep your eye up in that top right-hand corner, sort of in the. If you imagine the screen in the quadrants, up in that right-hand corner towards the center. It's not on this cycle, it's on the next one. So when the next one comes along, just keep an eye on that. It seems to me that there's a number of planes fly through, and then in the opposite direction to the clouds are flowing, you can sort of see it's like water, and there they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe more, I don't know. But it's just funny how they pass over and then the ground's on fire. Coincidence? I don't like to think so. Here's another view of the same thing, just on a more further out view. So here we go, the same thing. There's the cloud part, and boof, there's the fire. So are those things related? I think it'd be silly to assume that they're not. I mean, of course, the mainstream media doesn't cover any of this type of thing. You don't get to see the live satellite coverage of the event, which makes it pretty easy to bamboozle you when you're only getting footage from the ground, and you know, that's what we get to see. And don't get me started on, oh well, there's satellites, looking at a satellite picture. That doesn't mean that they're satellites in space. This is just something that's up high, traveling at whatever speed it needs to travel at whatever altitude it needs to travel at, to stay parallel with this point on the ground. So in case you missed that, I'll loop this footage around and speed it up. Should make it a little bit clearer to see what's going on. You can see on the high speed, it's pretty obvious to see which way the wind's going, and you know, it's not like the wind's going to be blowing in the opposite direction further north. It's all going to be going more or less the same way, and you're not going to get clouds going in the opposite direction of the travel of the bulk of it unless it's powered. So you just sort of fly through there on the upper right, and here there's that white cloud. It parts, and then the fire starts. So what is it that causes those clouds to part? Who knows? They're not going to tell us. So use your sense, use your discernment, and make your own mind up. Thanks, guys.